watching AYV Television. You are watching AYV Television.
From our broadcasting house here on Wesley Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, this is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. You're watching us on channel 33 and listening to us on frequency modulation 101.7. I am Zulayat Hamid. Let's start with tonight's headlines. Deputy Health Minister One says over 3,000 Sierra Leoneans die from tobacco use annually.
Tobacco kills more than 3,000 people in Sierra Leone and 8 million people globally every year.
Fire destroys workers' camp at Sunbird Bioenergy sugarcane farm in Bombali.
Fire started at the back side of this particular building, and what we, as per the preliminary investigation.
And SLFA unveils 27-man squad for Liberia friendlies ahead of the AFCON qualifiers.
For every position, there is 2 players, apart from the goalkeeping, where we've got 3.
Hello and welcome from wherever you're joining me tonight. I am Zulayat Hamid. Now, first in the news. Every puff of tobacco carries a hidden danger, one that health experts say continues to destroy lives silently across the world. As Sierra Leone joins the rest of the world to observe World No Tobacco Day, concerns are growing over the increasing exposure of young people to tobacco products and calls for stronger enforcement of the country's tobacco control laws. Now, the World Health Organization says tobacco kills more than 8 million people every year globally, including over 1 million deaths linked to second-hand smoke exposure. Now, in this report, our health reporter, Edima Conte, examines the human cost of smoking, the growing threat of young people, and why anti-tobacco advocates say urgent action is needed now more than ever.
The cigarette burns slowly, but health experts say its impact is fast, deadly, and far-reaching. From lung cancer to heart disease, stroke, breathing complications, and addiction, tobacco use remains one of the leading preventable causes of death globally. According to the World Health Organization, more than 8 million people die every year from tobacco-related illnesses, while about 1.3 million non-smokers lose their lives due to exposure to second-hand smoke.
Really, in fact, now one of the hazardous things we man can ever do to himself. Because I'm an experiencer, I be the smoke, and I know what smoking do. When I be the smoke, somebody say, now for pray, let you left for smoke. I say, no, a foolish prayer than day. Because not so God can put cigarette in my mouth, neither I know take God for put cigarette in my mouth. I decide, and my decision work, and I stop for smoke. And thank God today I'm healthy, I can do any kind of work, and I can do any kind of work where anybody can do in this world.
So anyone with the smoke, where can you I say, without the smoke, then no can you because waiting to me now the smoke, me not Muslim.
Smoking in general, I say not good for health. Any kind of smoking so far is not good for health. Now I make the one that says whether they produce at the right day, it's not good for the health. But we saw motorman the way you don't used to habit. Any high B don't use to smoking not good. So anybody so far with they smoke, the only thing we for do for your health is for left smoking. Because you don't get no benefit. You ask anybody where they smoke. For me, tell you any good reason where to make it they smoke. You know, tell you any good reason we go able to convince you not just a bad habit.
In Sierra Leone, anti-tobacco advocates say young people are becoming increasingly vulnerable to tobacco and nicotine products, especially with the growing visibility of shisha, cigarettes, and other nicotine-based substances among youth.
As the world marks World No Tobacco Day, health experts continue to warn about the dangers of tobacco use, describing smoking as a major risk factor for cancer, throat disease, and other life-threatening illnesses.
In my field of ENT, smoking is the #1 cause of cancers of the mouth, the oral cavity, the throat, the voice box, the larynx, what we call the larynx, where our voice comes from, and also the esophagus. And beyond that, it destroys the lungs, and it's dramatically, it increases the risks for heart attacks and strokes. And it also goes in to affect fertility. It impacts on impotency for men, and it complicates even pregnancy for those who manage to be pregnant.
To respond to the growing threat, Sierra Leone enacted the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act in 2022. The law contains several strong public health measures aimed at reducing tobacco consumption and protecting citizens.
Actually, it is not banning tobacco use because tobacco is illegal. Cigarette is legal in Sierra Leone. What the bill is doing is, one, to protect young people from smoking or any smoking activity. So for example, it is a crime for you to send anybody that is not under the age of 18 to go and buy cigarettes. Number two, it is stopping public smoking. It is prohibiting public smoking. You should not smoke in public. Anywhere you want to smoke, if there is another person there, you should go 10 feet. So if you have a vehicle and you give somebody a lift, you should not smoke inside there because there's another person. So it is prohibiting public smoking. It's also raising tax, on the importation.
But despite the legislation, implementation remains a major concern. Anti-tobacco campaigners say the delay in establishing the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council continues to weaken enforcement efforts.
Okay, the law was passed in 2022, but it has not started working yet because the government or the president has to set up what we call the Tobacco Nicotine Council. According to the act, until it's formed, then we would not be able, or the country would not be able to ensure that the act is actually, propelled. So that is why we are not seeing anything. People keep smoking. We see people keep engaging in smoking activities, even though we have a law, protecting public smoking. So we're calling on the government to ensure that they actually constitute this Tobacco and Nicotine Council, which would now serve the responsibility of ensuring monitoring, taking actions, and forming a laying ground, I would say, for the existence of the law.
Public health experts say tobacco companies often target young people through attractive branding, flavored products, and peer influence, creating new generations of nicotine dependence. The World Health Organization maintains that strong laws, public awareness, taxation, and cessation support remain among the most effective tools in reducing tobacco use.
Well, key here is that young people are being targeted by the tobacco industry. Every now and then they keep refining their products, make them very appealing to young people, adding of flavors, say mango flavor, strawberry flavor, vanilla flavor, all of this to just max the flavors of the toxic effect of tobacco products. So I think this is a serious concern for WHO, because at the end of the day, this is about recruiting young people to become addicts. And I think this is very serious, and the government should take it serious. And we're here basically to support various policies or regulations to ensure that young people are protected from the tobacco industry, because literally they're targeting young people. Because we have an act, and the act has various provisions, like no smoking in public places. You cannot sell tobacco or nicotine products to young people, that is people below 18, and even advertisement, promotion, and sponsorships are banned in the act. So there are quite a number of areas that we're looking at. Even when it comes to taxation, We're working with the Ministry of Finance to ensure that these products are not so accessible as they are to young people. Because the cheaper they are, the more accessible they are.
For smokers trying to quit, the journey is often difficult, but experts insist it's never too late. Behind every cigarette is a health risk. Behind every statistic is a human story. And as the world marks World No Tobacco Day, the message from health advocates remains clear. Protect the next generation before addict takes hold. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
Well, still on health, about 3,000 people in Sierra Leone dies from tobacco consumption every year, according to Sierra Leone's Deputy Minister of Health 1. Now, he disclosed this at a conference held at the Radisson Blu Hotel to strengthen the World No Tobacco fight. Also, the Ministry of Health and partners have finally put a ban to the importing and the consumption of tobacco, commonly known as cigarettes. Now, this story is compiled by our intern, Aisata Suma, and read in the studios by Edima Conte.
Every year on May 31st, the world observes World No Tobacco Day to raise awareness about the harmful effects of tobacco use and to encourage governments and stakeholders to adopt measures that reduce tobacco consumption. Speaking at a conference marking World No Tobacco Day, Deputy Minister of Health 1 highlights the ministry's ongoing effort to support global tobacco control initiatives.
Tobacco kills more than 3,000 people in Sierra Leone and 8 million people globally every year. Millions more suffer from debilitating illnesses caused by tobacco use and exposure to passive smoking or second-hand smoking. Our government remains firmly committed to implementing effective control measures of tobacco in line with our national priorities and international obligation under the Custodian of the Health of the World, which is WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. I'm pleased to share with you and know that significant efforts are underway to strengthen our tobacco and nicotine control framework. This includes, but not limited to, operationalizing the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council and advancing the implementation of tobacco and nicotine control regulations. Very important, very soon, it's public secret, we have banned use of tobacco in public places. Very soon, there are going to be punitive measures for entertainment or hospitality institutions that continue to allow people to smoke.
Civil society activists at the conference emphasized the need for stronger regulations.
Since the enactment of the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act in 2022, this is almost 4 years. We are commemorating, we are calling on the government through the Ministry of Health to please establish the Tobacco and Nicotine Council. We have done the regulations. All what the minister said and what others are going to say after me today in this same hall will actually have a blockage of implementation if the council, which has been mandated in the 2022 Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act, have actually stated that to implement the act, you need a council. And for long, Mr. Senior Permanent Secretary, one of our campaigners, today we are again endorsing you into our campaign so that by tomorrow you will be before us to go to the Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Dembi, and clearly in a simple, respectful, and elderly language that Mr. Minister, we want this council to be established now.
Health experts at the event also emphasized the need for increased public awareness and community involvement in the fight against tobacco-related illnesses. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
A fire has destroyed a workers' camp at the Sunbird Bioenergy sugarcane farm in Bombali district. The incident happened over the weekend and the inferno spread fast across the 46 worker camp containing offices, a meeting hall, homes, company equipment and workers' personal items. The cause is not known yet. Augusta Ethel Ture has visited the site to see the level of destruction.
A camp housing 46 workers at Sunbird Bioenergy Company's sugarcane facility in Bombali district was destroyed by fire over the weekend. The fire broke out and spread quickly through the camp. Lishan Wijayaratna, head of Human Resource and Administration at Sunbird, gives an account of this inferno.
Fire started at the back side of this particular building, and what we, as per the preliminary investigation, it's caused because of some electrical issue, but the investigation is yet going on. So thereafter, at the end of the investigation, we'll be able to, identify the root cause for this particular incident. So in this particular building, there are about 50 people use this building for their accommodation. So as a remedial action, we have few other camps around here. So they will be temporarily moved to those places. And in the meantime, for the office we have some office premises over there. So we will be moving all these office people for the day-to-day functions. We will be moving these people to the other office premises. That is how we are going to manage this situation. It's kind of a huge loss for the organization because not just the physical assets, but also most of the information, especially with regard to our irrigation systems, all the day-to-day operational statistics, everything was stored here. So it's a huge loss for the organization.
Workers on site tried to put it out, but the flames overwhelmed their efforts. Both company equipment and workers' personal belongings were destroyed. Fatmata Kamara is one of the affected workers.
Yesterday, we left for work, only to be told that 46-man camp was on fire. I lost everything. I didn't get a chance to take anything out. I am still wearing the same cloth I had on when I left for work.
The cause of the fire is yet to be established. Resident Minister North Ibrahim Jallo went there to assess the damage from the fire.
So, we have government, I want to express our sympathy and I want to see we are standing in solidarity with you, this moment of grief and tragedy. Right? Because this is a company that is employing about 7,000 women. So for you to encounter this kind of huge loss, that's really, really sad. It's taking us back. So we're here just to be sorry and to assist with you, pray for the delivery system, and then to say that you take care of the victims, the accident, and make sure that you find a place to locate them and then continue to work.
Affected areas that were burnt include a conference hall, 7 offices and dwelling places. An assessment of damages is ongoing to determine the level of economic loss. Sunbird Bioenergy operates several hectares of sugarcane in Bombali. The crop is used to produce ethanol and other industrial products. Augusta Ethel Ture, AYV Primetime News, Makeni.
Sierra Leone has taken a significant step in strengthening its cybersecurity landscape. Now, Local Commercial Bank, in partnership with EST Applied Intelligence UK, has launched the first edition of the Walton Gilpin Cyber Circuit University Edition, a nationwide initiative bringing together over 15 universities and institutions to promote cybersecurity awareness and innovation. Now, the event held at the Freetown City Auditorium aims to equip young people with the skills needed to help secure the country's digital future. AYV's camera operator Aliu Bangura covered the launch, and Issa Bangura reports.
As digital technologies continue to transform societies and economies worldwide, the need for robust cybersecurity measures has become more critical than ever. Recognizing this growing challenge, Royal Commercial Bank, in partnership with EST Applied Intelligence UK, launched the Walton Gilpin's Cybersecurity University Edition, an initiative designed to build cybersecurity awareness and capacity among Sierra Leoneans young people. The 5-part national engagement series brings together students, academics, technology professionals, and policymakers to discuss emerging cyber threats and innovative solutions for safeguarding digital systems. Speaking at the launch, officials highlighted the importance of investing in cybersecurity education as Sierra Leone advances its digital transformation agenda. They noted that cybercrime remains a growing concern globally and that equipping students with the necessary skills and knowledge is vital to protecting institutions, businesses, and individuals from digital threats.
We believe that we need to build capacity in the young ones to be relevant and modern to current trends and current times, to be able to protect our digital future, to be able to secure us from attack from various frontiers that we cannot see.
This is so timely. It is very much needed. That is why the conversation with this forum today, it matters so much. Institutional readiness for the digital age requires more than updated systems.
Organizers say the initiative will provide a platform for learning, innovation, and collaboration while inspiring a new generation of cybersecurity professionals capable of addressing the country's evolving digital security needs.
So one of the greatest reasons why we decide to launch the Dr. Walton Gilpin Cyber Circuit, particularly for university students at this point in time, is to create awareness among the young generation, and particularly or specifically for students and people who are specifically Gen Zs and those that are making use of the digital space as well.
The Walton Gilpin Cyber Circuit engaged thousands of students across Sierra Leone through workshops, competitions, and mentorship programs and practical learning experiences aimed at strengthening national cyber resilience. With cyber threats becoming increasingly sophisticated across the globe, initiatives like the Walton Gilpin Cyber Circuit are not only creating awareness, but also preparing the next generation of cybersecurity experts needed to safeguard Sierra Leone's growing digital landscape. The launch marks the beginning of a nationwide campaign that seeks to place cybersecurity education at the forefront of Sierra Leone's technological development and innovation agenda. Issa Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
The Sierra Leone police in Kenema have, in a media engagement, disclosed that the cause of death of 6 young people, including 4 females and 2 males, who were believed to have drowned at the Mao River in Kailondo Beach in the outskirts of Kenema on the 15th of May this year. Now, the engagement was based on the result of the autopsy conducted by the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner through the Disaster Victims Identification Team. It could be recalled that the report on the drowning of these young people became nerve-wracking when the several supplications were given. Sam Alpha Lahai has been following the situation and sends this report.
Nature reacts only when tampered with. The flow of this river looks innocent, but the outcome of the 15th of May 2026 gives it more enemies. Social activities are accommodated here during the dry season. A birthday celebration becomes a burial ceremony with heavy hearts.
They don't meet nobody now. When Saturday, they woke up, they 9, 10, and we come inside the water. They will find out. You can't see how I want. Don't end up back up here.
So be the paramiti now you see the left is our tana Kailondo. So back we left that meeting. We the land that more check. We want policy that particular event. So don't claim but we get with him now. If we the area any accident will occur, we rush for go day.
Friday was the day. No one is expected to work normally according to tradition, which applies to this settlement. Though they do not work on Friday and were not present that day, their frantic efforts following the following day led to the discovery of the 6 victims whose remains were handed over for burial at the mortuary.
As a portrait now, now I'm going to now 19, and I say, Auntie Musu. I say, now what are they coming to? Say, I mean, they don't let my or no village in our own son, say, people don't know what is safe and really hide. Die now by this time for anybody so far. One lady can call me, Auntie Marie, they say, you don't let inside water. I say, you speak.
Say, but now water side. And they then go left inside water.
Mixed feelings and speculations surfaced as many never believed how 6 would drown at the same time, citing foul play. The police released the result of the autopsy to media, disclosed it was wet drowning and no foul play.
We received a team from Freetown, the chief medical officer, and team came to conduct an autopsy on the remains of the individuals who drowned on that day. And at the end of their investigation, it was proven that scientifically all 6 individuals who were retrieved from the River Moa died as a result of wet drowning.
Ikailonu Beach has been a place that many gets joy, but not during the rainy season. This calamity has left the authorities thinking of alternative measures to prevent further loss. Samal Falai, AYV News, Kenema, Eastern Sierra Leone.
This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
I run a small logistics company. Every cent counts. I didn't think I needed a fuel card until I got the Cornex fuel card. Now, I track exactly how much fuel my fleet uses, in real time. And when my wife or kids need fuel, no cash, no stress. It's safe, accepted nationwide, and I control how much goes on each card. At the end of the month, I see the savings, real savings. Cornex fuel card. I didn't know I needed it. Now, I can't run my business or family without it. Fuel smart. Live smart. Visit any Cornex filling station to sign off, or any Cornex office to get your card.
Welcome back. I am Zulaya Hamid and this is AYV's Primetime News. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's take more stories. Now, residents of Mondema and Tunje Town in Gorama, Mende Chiefdom, Kenema District are calling on the government and development partners to urgently address the poor road network and inadequate healthcare facilities affecting their communities. According to the residents, the ongoing challenges continue to negatively impact transportation, trade, education, farming activities and access to medical services. A reporter, Issa Bangura, tells us more.
As dawn breaks over the village, residents are already awake, preparing for another difficult journey to their farms. Men and women carrying farming tools carefully navigate muddy and uneven paths, struggling to reach their farmlands due to the poor state of the roads. For several years, residents of Mondema and Tunge Town in Goramamende Chiefdom have continued to face serious hardship caused by deplorable road conditions and limited healthcare services. The roads leading to the communities remain in a deteriorating condition, making transportation extremely difficult, particularly during the rainy season. Residents say commercial drivers and motorbike riders often refuse to travel to the villages because of the bad roads.
Road network not in this community.
Poor road network remains a major challenge for us here at Mondema, especially as the rainy season approaches. Despite repeated complaints to various authorities over the years, there has been little to no improvement. We are reminding the President of his pre-election promise to construct the roads in the community.
Towards the network, road network.
The road network. And
here in Tunge Town, we're seriously challenged by the poor road network. Before the elections, President Bio promised to construct roads in our community. We cannot say the president is lying, but perhaps the authorities responsible have not fully communicated our concerns to him. That is why we are once again reminding him of the difficulties we continue to face.
We were lucky during the presidential campaign in 2023. The president, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, visited our chiefdom and he spent the night in our chiefdom. He assessed firsthand all the challenges. He made promises to address all our challenges. It's been 3 years now, Mr. President. But we remember vividly, you ask the citizens of Goramende to remind you, amongst the promises made, Mr. President, Goramendeans are now coming to you, Mr. President. We are telling you that we have prioritized the promises. We just need one for now because you have a lot to do. We need the road infrastructure.
Community members say the poor road network is affecting economic activities and livelihoods, especially for farmers who depend on transporting their produce to nearby towns and markets for sale.
As business people, we are really struggling to transport our goods in and out of the village. Although the road is short, its deplorable condition forces us to spend more money on transportation.
We spend more money because the road short, but the obstacles are not really easy.
The road conditions are extremely difficult for us, the drivers. The steep hills and numerous potholes continue to affect our work and at times even lead to road accidents. We are appealing to the government to fix the road for us.
Following concerns raised by residents, here is an excerpt from a video showing President Julius Maada Bio promising to construct the road ahead of the 2023 general elections.
For the road issue, I have decided to fix it because this place is very isolated at the moment. We will set a good road network in ensuring that this place is open to investors. I will ensure that this place is not hard to reach.
As residents continue to endure these challenges, many are appealing for urgent intervention to improve road connectivity, healthcare access, and overall living conditions in Mondema and Tunge Town in Goramamende Chiefdom. Isabangura, AYV News, Goramamende Chiefdom.
Well, in another news, Sierra Leone international forward who plays for championship side Blackburn Rovers, Augustus Kagbo, now ambassador for Benefit Mankind, a UK-based international humanitarian organization operating on a 100% donation policy, has over the weekend commissioned the newly constructed orphanage in Lompa community. This facility will provide hosting and education for more than 30 children. Sir Solomon Yomba tells us more.
It was 2 p.m. here in Lompa community. A young boy stands at the edge of the compound, his small hands cupped to his face, with his voice carrying the Adhan across the neighborhood. This is not just a place to pray, not just a place to learn the Quran. For him, and for more than 30 children, this is now home. The young, the old, the mothers and the fathers of Lompa community, lining on the dusty roads, were present for two things: welcoming Benefit Mankind's ambassador, Augustus Kagbo, and the official orphanage opening. Benefit Mankind is a UK-based international humanitarian organization operating on a 100% donations policy with a presence spanning Jordan, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Kenya, Malawi, Bangladesh, and now Sierra Leone. Their mission is to improve lives, alleviate poverty, and empower communities with the motto, "The best of mankind are those who benefit mankind."
2 years ago, they started sending funding for the construction of this building, as you seen it, from September the 15th to now. This is what we have achieved. So Alhamdulillah, we started with 10 kids inside here. After some time, my boss man, the CEO, Mr. Mula, said, "Sheikh Rashid, now we have to increase the children to 20, the boys." Within a week, my team, we are working round the clock to make sure this orphanage become the best, inshallah.
It means a lot because I don't always want to, like I said, want to be remembered as a footballer. I want to remember as someone who has helped people, who has like changed life of so many people. So yeah, that's what I love to do. That's what I want to be remembered as. I know how it feels. I know what it feels to have nothing. You know, I've been there. It's not the same because I've not like lost both of my parents, but I can feel their pain. So I just want to remember them. Like I said earlier on, they are not alone. They have our full support, and we will continue to support them.
This facility will house over 30 children, giving them shelter, education, and faith. But more than that, it gives them something no hardship can take away: a place to call home. Sir Solomon Yomba, AYV News, Lompa Community, Waterloo.
And now for the latest in sports, let's join Sir Solomon Yomba. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. Now for sports, this evening on Primetime News, the Sierra Leone Football Association has unveiled a 27-man squad for the two-leg against Liberia, with newly appointed caretaker head coach John Edward Kista describing the fixtures as dress rehearsal ahead of the Leon Stars' upcoming AFCON qualifiers, as a search for a substantive head coach continues, as a report from Ransford McLean.
The past 13 months, Leon Stars' technical team has failed to address the media on match preparation. The Football Association controversially parted ways with Mohamed Kalon, now appointed the technical director John Kista as caretaker head coach of Leon Stars, specifically for the double-header against Liberia, slated for June 6th and 9th this year. Kista was appointed on 31st May 2026, pending on the recruitment of a substantive head coach, unveiled a 27-man squad for the friendlies, describing the matches as a dress rehearsal and a foundation for whoever takes charge permanently.
In dimension, it's very, very important that we all understand the importance of these qualifications, AFCON qualifications. As is mentioned, it's something that we need to take very, very seriously, which we are, and we need to qualify. So as part of those preparations, what we're bringing in terms of the players for the next couple of games, we'll give whoever comes in a window in regards to the players available going into the qualifiers in September. So going into the two friendlies, this is a squad that we've put together, and we're very comfortable and confident that these boys will go in there and do us a job.
The position of head coach of Leon Stars still remains vacant after 79 coaches applied to secure the job. Acting General Secretary, Sierra Leone Football Association, Mohamed Ben Simbao, disclosed that the search for a substantive head coach is at an advanced stage, noting the announcement is expected to be made at the end of this week.
Inform you that so far so good. The technical committee of SLAFA have done an incredible job by narrowing down the number of applicants that we received from 79 to a quite sizable number, from which everything remaining equal, by the end of this week we'll have an opportunity of pronouncing a new head coach of Leon Stars. That is how far we have worked. Negotiations are currently ongoing. We strongly believe that we'll narrow down on the right choice, as states may have it, as our efforts being put in place may have it. That which will lead to Project 2027, the Bamuja bid, AFCON 2027.
The double header against Liberia is expected to serve as a key preparatory platform ahead of Leon Stars' upcoming African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Ransford McLean, AYV Sports, Italy.
And finally in sports, the Women's Tennis Association celebrates Serena Williams' return to the global tennis stage, highlighting her legendary career, numerous titles and influence on the sport. Her comeback marks a significant moment for tennis fans worldwide, showcasing her resilience, talent, and enduring legacy as one of the greatest players in history. Well, that's all for sports tonight on Primetime News. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Sir Solomon Yomba, for the latest in sports. Well, that's all for Primetime News for tonight. For more stories, visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Zulaya Hamid. Many thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye.
You're watching AYV Television.
Some